Hi all, this is Professional Communication CTIS 117. I will upload your new assignment that's due on the 13th of this month. Will just be over there after I've done this recording. If we go at Professional Communication and we look at our um, learning resources, this one, lesson 1 of 1, effective communication, you summarized those 2 video clips for me last time. These 2 clips, guys, please, I want more detail. Some of you just had 2 or 3 lines. It doesn't work like that. Okay, let's go on to professional, the need for effective communication. Now, like this girl says there, we need communication skills to allow us to function properly in everyday life, as well as to work in our environment. So we need to be able to communicate with the people. In this course, we're going to help you to actually help you to effectively communicate in a professional environment. This guy, George Bernard Shaw, he lived in the previous century. The biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Well, a lot of times, I've got the idea that you understand what I want, but you don't actually understand. And if we look at the communication, there's 4 criteria that needs to be addressed for it actually to be effective. Now, one can actually inform the other entity, and that's what I do at the moment. I inform you, guys, we're doing this, and you need to submit this for me for tomorrow. So that's just one way of communicating. For me, it's not really communication. That is just informing you, I want this. And I'm requesting something from you. So I'm informing you that this is what I want. Now, I got to persuade the other entity to do it. So I inform you, this is what I want, and I need to persuade you actually to submit the questions that I'm going to ask you for me on Moodle. And I also want to be kind and build goodwill with the other entity. So I don't mind if you WhatsApp me and ask me questions. So this is really how it works. But it needs to be from 2 ways. So although I inform you that I request this, and I actually try and persuade you by saying it counts for your attendance if you do it, I also would like you to actually, yes, I would like to do it. It would be nice to actually know a little bit better about it. There is a certain anticipation that goes hand in hand with communication with someone. Either we would like them to acknowledge that they understand, accept what we propose, have a conversation and reach consensus, or just have some fun. So if you have a conversation over the phone, yes, yes, sometimes you just make these sounds on the other hand, just acknowledging the other person that you understand. I think in the American soldiers, there's hoo-ha, I understand you, I hear you. I think that's something that stands for, you can perhaps just Google it for fun. What's that? Hoo-ha, the American soldiers always say. So I understand what you ask and I actually know. Now the purpose of effective communication, if we could quick on this, you'll see we want to exchange information. That's what at the moment is happening. And we initiate a certain action. So I actually give over information and I want you to do something for me. And you need to interpret and explain and solve a specific problem for me. Guys, this is just, it's critical that you understood and not misinterpret or lost. Now, there's a lot of misunderstandings. And you know what? We talked a little about health promotion of age and gender and different cultures. But just being English and Afrikaans or Sotho or Xhosa or Sotho or any of the 13 languages, things mean different. I mean, I'm just thinking about the word in English, bored. I can be bored. This is a boardroom. That is a board that I'm going to put up against the wall. It's got so many meanings. And for me actually to pick the right one, if I'm not really clued up with this language, sometimes leads to misunderstandings. So we need to be quite clear what we want. There they say again, effective communication does not only come from one entity, it's a 2-way street. You need to take part. And then many misunderstandings can be avoided when we listen as much as we talk. I just had to pause now. My dog is whining at the background. She also wants to communicate. Guys, and then there's something else. We get verbal communication as well as written communication. Non-verbal aspects like body language, tone of voice. It really, if I think I'm talking about my dog now that's whining, I can be quite loop. Or I can say loop. And she'll react completely different. Just the tone of voice. She's still lying here. Night. And people also misunderstand you due to body language, tone of voice, and those type of things. Right, if we go on further, if we think about it, the cost of effective communication, a one-sided effect, may hurt your feelings if you're not allowed to say something back. Ineffective communication costs time, wastes efforts, mistakes are made. There's a lot of nonsense. Companies lose profit. Let's just look at this thing. Perceptual errors in communication. It's actually a nice little playing with lines, but this guy sees 4, that guy sees 3, and do you think, but that guy's perception is warped. But meanwhile, can we really see what he sees? Here's another one. Which line is the longest? Oh, it's really, really, for me, this bottom one was the shortest and that one was the longest. For my one daughter, they were the same. Now, here's some types of perceptual errors that we can do. Now, there's stereotyping, the horn effect, halo effect. Horn, like probably the devil, halo, just a ring about your regency. Shucks, I don't know. Primary effect, similar. There's a lot of different biases as well, 10 of them. Now, they discuss all 10 here. Look at that, guy, stereotype. I'm already thinking, male 52, what type of trainer I want. Stereotype, guys. Doesn't have to be negative, can also be positive. You can read that a little bit if you like. You make a generalized idea in your mind of what that is. They have an example of engineers, but we all have a certain perception. The horn effect, there you can see. This is when you assume a person is bad based on one negative quality. We all have got negative qualities. Okay, the halo effect, doesn't matter what that person does, she's the greatest, he's the best. They can do nothing wrong. So it's all errors in your regency. Recent, this entails making the most recent information we obtain about a person and forming conclusions about a person based on that. Ignoring any old information. Oh, guys. Make new friends, but remember your old friends. And then the primary effect, what do they say? Refer to the propensity to form an opinion rapidly based on the first information we received. The first time we see somebody, we actually make a decision. Nice stereotyping, horn, halo, recency, and primary. We all are at fault, Jay. Similar to me effect. Yes, we are so similar. We are similar to ourselves. For example, in interviewing 2 candidates, favoring the candidate with the same ethnical, social background. We often make mistakes like that. And then fundamental attribution effects. This is where we actually fundamental attribution to think, look at people's disposition or personality based and explaining for their behavior. So if you look like that, your disposition, you're going to act like that. I don't know if we can do that, but self-serving biased, hey, this guy likes himself, hey? It's only me, myself, and I. That's the only thing that counts for me. And then self-fulfilling biased. If I believe something is difficult in my expectations, so I'm bad at maths, then maths will be difficult for me and I will not be able. I struggle with this. My bias is, I hate learning, so I will be bad at it. Guys, and you just reinforce that belief. And confirmation biased, you can read there, they use a little bit about nutrition, but it's when you want to actually explain something and you want to show that it's correct. So in a study, you want a specific outcome and you tend to bend the rules actually to help with that outcome that you want. Then you actually want to confirm this is what should happen, and it's actually not bad, but it's good. So, that's a lot, guys. Now, what I want you to do for me for tomorrow, we've got all these perceptual errors. I just want you to write for me 5 communication errors that you do. You've got 5. Doesn't have to be them. If you cannot listen or you do not look somebody in the eye, any 5 and explain them to me. I want 5 of your communication errors, and I want 5 of your good communication aspects. So I really am a good listener. I can listen to people. Peter, you know, my body language is always open. And then also, you know, I don't judge a book by its cover. I try and read the content. So give me 5 of your best communication skills and 5 of your worst. You can't just name them. You need to discuss them. That's your work for today. I mean, that day is the 13th of the 7th. Guys, it needs to be uploaded before 5 on the 13th. Bye-bye.